So, what does all this mean to me? Well, it's pretty freaking crazy to me. Basically, everything's wrong. Everything's wrong. But we have a way to discover something to lean on. In my mind, the same group that invented our languages also invented the Quran, the Torah, the King James. Even King James invented all these people, even Mercator and John Dee. I know people are going to yell at me, but I don't care. This is a teacher's lounge to me, not a classroom. Like, screw your classrooms. Like, that's another thing with this whole kind of thing. We're brought up in like a world where we're in a framework of communicating in like a classroom. Like, even this could be construed as that, and it's not. Like, screw that. Like, screw the classroom. Because if you're in this classroom, then it's like there's a configuration of words that could be said that could totally unravel a person, which is like not something that's wrong. You know what I mean? It's just like weird. It's like there's like a weird insecurity and type of stuff where it's like that shouldn't be how things are at all. Especially in a world where there's data poisoning with everything and everything's intentionally wrong, but also signaling for us to figure it out. But everything's wrong. Look how far away the sun is. Go to Google. It's like 93 million miles. Yeah, right. I feel the heat on my face. Or like, look up anything. It's like there's like a mind cave around the ideas and stuff that people have, thinking that we should build on top of the shoulders of others. When it's like, screw that. They could be wrong. And then we're trying to solve problems that we don't even know the right questions. When it's like, just start over. If you really care about something, just freaking start over if you want to know. Because if you want to know, you'll know. And if someone else is right, then that's cool. You'll get there too. It's just start out like everybody is wrong, including me, because there's too much data poisoning. But everyone has clues. And so, unlike a classroom inside of a teacher's lounge framework, it's like it doesn't matter how crazy someone gets with something being said or an idea being explored, because their walk in pursuit is like not yours. You know what I mean? Like, you have your own pursuit and stuff going on. And I just don't think truth is subjective. Obviously it's subjective at face value, but if you truly care about something, you're going to get somewhere with that question where there's a ledge. There's no more to go. Like, there's no further place to go. I don't know. But start out with everyone's wrong, including me. But everyone has clues. And to avoid like these mind caves. We have like hours and hours and hours of programming of like NASA unexplained files. Like, what did Neil Armstrong say on his medical channel about seeing flying saucers on the fucking moon? And it's like, come on. Like, people were like, well, hold on. They had to go to the moon because why are they telling us these secrets? He spoke on the medical channel. And it's like, dude, seriously, that's all nonsense. Like, nonsense upon nonsense, like a hat on a hat. Like, that's to try to get someone to think that, of course it happened because this other secret thing's being told. And it's like, no, like, all of this stuff is like nonsense bullshit. Like, everything's wrong. But I think it was intentional to leave us a signal to figure it out. And that's kind of like what all this is. So I kind of ran sorry. I don't like talking to myself, and I don't have music. So let me try to circle back here what I was saying. What does all this mean? I think the Knights Templars, like not the ones we read about, but the true Knights Templars, which is what a Mason is a knight, not these other things. It's about the love story, but that love story was hidden inside of everything. So like, I think the church that took over everything, that murdered everybody, that did it to everyone, that church rewrote all this stuff and just took over everything and created all these costumes and stuff. But also this mind cave that also celebrates the same thing. It's really strange. And there's like a couple of things happening there. But the Knights Templars were the ones that were tasked with creating these languages to divide people and this plan that was going on. But they were the good guys, undercover. They were like, this is the way for them to be able to actually have a sword left for us to undo what was done to like humanity. Like, the existence of this, even Hermes tells us that it exists, but the existence of this like shows that everything was invented by the same group. And also, with these formulas that we're discovering day by day, we're understanding how to unravel and and discover what was left for us within the fabric of everything. So it's pretty neat because no one knows any of this stuff, and we're like our own Indiana Jones nonsense. But it's interesting that it's like you have to learn the love story first before you can. It's just like on Braveheart. Remember when he was a little kid and his like his uncle came up? That's all the story too. But his uncle, he got the sword, and his uncle took it from him. He's like, first learn to use this, and then I'll teach you to use this. I mean, that's intentional. That's important to understand with what this is. It's pretty neat. But I don't know what I'm going to say anymore. So I'm going to go. All right, bye.